How do you want me to respond to a bullseye emoji? How do you want me to respond to the skull emoji? What does that mean?
It means you need to stop searching for Chad and Tyrone and start worrying about the wall.
If we don't fuck this whole thing up, guaranteed I can blow your mind. And tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign.
Single? Check. Hang with my parents in my 30s? Check. $100 in my bank account? Check. And only 3 friends? Sorry, lady. I don't think that these things are something to boast about it.
Man, I got all the favorite bitches say I'm delicious. I'ma have all you
35, single, no kids, and living my best life. Okay, lady, keep lying to yourself.
I love you, I love you, I love you!
Wow, that was weird.
Oof, of course she's a cat mom.
Don't get married, fuck till you drop, and then just buy a house.
Buy yourself a dog and die alone.
Where do you live?
In the city.
Do you have a house?
Apartment.
Own or rent?
Rent.
What do you do for a living?
Lots of things.
Where's your office?
I don't have one.
How come?
I don't need one.
Where's your wife?
Don't have one.
How come?
It's a long story.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
How come?
It's an even longer story.
How old are you? How many children do you have? How many different fathers? Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to clean the house? Do you have a cookbook? See? We can play the same game and your answers are the worst.
Okay guys, I have been going on some really terrible Hinge dates recently, and by popular demand from everyone in my life who wants to live vicariously through me, I thought I would share my experiences as a single gal in 2023. So let's kick it off with the most recent date I had, which was with this guy at a Japanese restaurant. And, he was like, order whatever you want. And I was like, cool, let's order this sashimi platter. And he asked me, does it come with pork? And then it just kept going downhill from there. There was no connection. There was no chemistry. There was no bloody banter. And, the date ends. We're walking back and he was like, you know what would go down really well right now? And I was like, what? And he's like, a blowjob.
The only one to blame for being single at 30 is you, lady. Jumping from dating app to dating app and get involved with Chad and Lee only destroys your ability to find a good husband and start a family. Don't be surprised if in 10 years we're still telling dating histories on TikTok. Because you were not meant to be single and alone after 30. You were supposed to be with your own family, raising your children and occasionally going on couple dates where the children would play together and the parents catch up on news. However, you chose your career or getting a PhD and following the modern woman's rule book. Now you've become a spinster who make videos alone in your car, lady.
Here's a trick that I do when family members just ask me if I'm single or what I'm doing in my life. Like, oh my God, you're 37. Like, aren't you worried? I just say, oh my God, I'm dating a lot of people. I'm having so much fun. And then they get kind of weirded out that you're so happy and excited about it. And then you're like, yeah, and I'm really enjoying work and things are just going great. Being happy about your life makes it harder for someone to bring you down, at least in person. As opposed to, oh, Aunt Susie, yeah, I'm dating, haven't found the one. Gonna grill you, give you advice you don't want. About happy things, she'll ask you about happy things.
Being 37, single and dating a lot of guys having fun, I don't think is something your parents and family would approve of. The fact that you are an attractive and beautiful woman only says one thing when you think about how you're not the mother of 5 children. She's an unbearable crazy one. I think the best thing to do, folks, is to invest in dog or cat food company stocks in 2023.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
You can't have it all, lady. You definitely should haven't chosen a family instead of working 60 hours a week for a boss who doesn't care if you get sick or drop dead tomorrow. Welcome to the reality of the modern woman. Enjoy being strong and independent.
Yesterday I made a video talking about how things that we have no control over can change the entire trajectory of our lives. I've been thinking about this a little bit because I am 32 years old. I live alone in a small town in Michigan. I work as an ER social worker and primarily with psychiatric patients. And I love my job. I love the population I work with. At the same time, this really isn't where I imagined my life would be, just because it's not anything that I ever dreamt of as a kid. It's not something I journaled about or even thought about in high school. I honestly didn't even know what social workers did until like a year before I applied for my master's program.
It is hard to hide the pain and sadness in the eyes of this 32-year-old woman with a master's degree in social work, alone, without a husband or children, watching life pass by in front of her and losing her beauty and youth. The modern woman is a Greek tragedy, and the salvation is humility and returning to traditional values that are lost in the West.
Maybe I'm the problem. No.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We greatly appreciate your time and interest in our video. Thank you for watching.